Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'm coming to you with episode 34 of my Question of the Day series. Thank you so much for joining me today and for taking the time to learn with me. I really appreciate it. What are we going to focus on today? Well, the topic is vocabulary again, and the question is, how can I expand my vocabulary quickly? Good question, one that we've all asked ourselves, I'm sure. But first of all, you need to realize that learning a language takes time. There are no shortcuts, and unfortunately, you won't wake up tomorrow being perfect in English. You need to take your time because a language, any language, is a complicated, complex system that simply needs time and practice. So think of the English language as a puzzle. Okay, you need to find and pay attention to each individual piece of the puzzle first before you try to put them all together so that you see the big picture. So give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself the gift of time to learn and to practice properly. Promise me that you won't speed through learning English or learning vocabulary, because then you will miss vital parts, and in the end, you won't be confident enough to communicate well. We don't want that. So, how can I expand my vocabulary quickly? The answer is you can, but take your time. Slow down. It's not a race. So, number one, my tip is surround yourself by the English language. So, obviously, the best way to learn vocabulary is to see it, hear it, read it, write it, and of course, use it. Okay, how can you do that? Well, you can change the phone settings on your phone to English so that it's only in English. You can watch movies or television in only English. You can read books or magazines in English. You can listen to the radio in English, have it on in the background all day while you're doing other things. Because the more you hear, the more you read, the more you observe the English language, the more vocabulary you will absorb. And that's the key. If you want to learn vocabulary and expand your vocabulary bank slowly or quickly, you need to be surrounded by English to absorb as many words as possible. I'm sure you agree. Number two, I think it's really important for you to refocus your time and to use your time for English instead. Use your time productively. If you spend a lot of time on Facebook, well, use it as a way to learn and practice English instead of being up to date with what your friends are doing. You know, Follow Facebook pages and Facebook groups that have been created for English learning, for English practice, just like mine. Sydney English Teacher, the Facebook page, or the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher, the Facebook group. These have been designed to teach you English, to help you. So if you're going to spend time on Facebook, at least use it as an opportunity to help you to learn, to improve. So spend your time more wisely. Another example, if you need to travel on a bus or on a train, again, use that time wisely. Read a book in English or even listen to a podcast. Use that time for English. Make it English time. And I promise that if you do this throughout the day and replace your normal activities with English activities, you will see your vocabulary usage and your vocabulary understanding soar. You will improve. There's no doubt about it. Next, how about you watch the news or read the news in English? You need and want to know what's happening in the world anyway, so you may as well do it in English. Go and visit various news websites every day so that you're exposed to different levels of English, different types of vocabulary. Don't just focus on one news channel or one news website. Have a few so that you've got that variety. And obviously, choose news topics that you're interested in because it's so much easier to focus or to work out the meaning of a word or even to remember something if you're actually interested. You'll be surprised by how much vocabulary you can actually learn. And of course, by how much is repeated over and over and over again, just by doing this daily activity in English that you would normally do anyway. It's not really an extra effort at all. So, watch the news, read the news in English. Simple, easy, fun, helpful. Next. Start a vocabulary book. I have said this many, many, many times. I call it a personal dictionary. You can call it whatever you want to, but it's basically a book where you can record all of the new words that you would like to remember and use. But remember what I've said previously. Use this book to record the word, the meaning, and an example sentence. Okay? Don't just write the word. Also, obviously, use this book to revise the words, to use the words as often as possible. Don't simply memorize lists and lists of words because that is not helpful for the long term. And we're here for the long term. We want to be able to communicate in English confidently and accurately for the future, not just for now. So start a vocabulary book and use it. A quick overview now of the most important points that I'd like you to remember. So, number one, have English all around you. Surround yourself by the English language because the more you are exposed to English, the better. The more you see and hear words and use words, the easier it is for you to remember them, to use them, to understand them. So surround yourself by the English language. Number two, refocus your time and use your time for English. If you're on Facebook, do it in English. If you watch TV, do it in English. If you read a book, do it in English. Use your time as efficiently and effectively as possible. English time. Number three, learn from the news. You're going to watch the news or read the news every day anyway because you want to know what's happening in the world. So, take that extra step and do it in English. Use it as an English learning activity, and you will get so much more out of it. Or, as they say in English, you'll kill two birds with one stone. You're doing two things at the same time. And number 4, start a vocabulary book, a personal dictionary where you can record your new words and come back and revise them, practice them, use them as often as possible. So, a quick bonus tip from me before we go today is promise me, okay? Promise me that you never learn more than 5 to 10 words per day. If you really and truly want to learn a word, want to make it your own, want to remember it and actually want to use it, not just now, but for the long term, then don't overdo it. 5 words a day is perfect. 10 words is the absolute maximum. Think about it. That is, if you have Saturday and Sunday as a holiday or as revision time, think about it. Monday through to Friday, 5 words every day. That is 5 fives are 25 words a week. That's 100 words a month. That's a lot. And think about it, if you have 10 words a day, 5 days a week, that's 50 words a week. How many is that a month? 200 words per month. Imagine! That's half the dictionary in 1 year. Unbelievable. So never do more than 5 to 10 words a day because you want to learn them properly, you want to use them, and you want to use your time as effectively as possible so that you don't need to learn them again and again and again. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about today's episode or the topic, definitely get in touch. And if you have any other questions about learning the English language, of course, you're more than welcome to get in touch and ask me. I promise to help you. And maybe your question will be featured in a future episode. That would be great. If you enjoyed learning with me, please come and join my learning community. I've got a great website and blog filled with hundreds of learning resources, all for free. My Facebook page and group is an amazing community of thousands and thousands of English learners from all over the world. Come and join us there. I teach there every day. I give you practice opportunities. I answer questions. It's just a wonderful place of learning. The YouTube channel as well has hundreds of learning videos. Go and have a look. And of course, my online courses and my learning library. You name it, it's there. So come and join me. And if you enjoyed today's session, ask your family and friends to join me as well, either in my learning community or here on this video. Click the share button and they can learn as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed today and it gave you some practical advice of how to expand your vocabulary and make the most of your time. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful,